Welcome back to another episode with me, David Windsor. As always, you can go over to davidwindsor.com to get your free downloadable templates. All I ask in exchange is you like, subscribe, and share this YouTube channel with one of your friends. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching this, and my goal of this YouTube channel is just to share and document the process of how we grew our construction company from $0 to $15 million in just short 18 months. And we did that by hard work and implementing the things that we learned in our commercial construction jobs working for billion-dollar companies. And we took those principles and applied them to our smaller residential general construction company where we're building multi-million-dollar homes. Our business model is to build new construction homes from the ground up. We don't do remodels. And that being said, once again, go to davidwindsor.com, get your free downloadable templates. All I ask in exchange is that you like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. I'm here in my office right now just doing some work. It's snowing outside like it has been all year. I just saw yesterday that the ski resorts have gotten 50 feet of snowfall this year. That is insane. They have a base of 22 feet. There's 22 feet of snow as the base. It'll be a long mud season for us as we're digging holes, starting new projects in the spring. It's currently March 7th, and sure enough, it's still freaking snowing. That being said, today I want to talk about owning your mistakes. Mistakes happen all the time. One of the things my dad said to me when I first got into this, I made a mistake on my first house with one of the footings. We missed a step footing, and he said, "Well, first rule as a contractor is it's not how good you build, it's how good you fix your fuck ups." That's what he said. So it's the inevitable. I had a mentor that said to me one time, there's no perfect design, there's no perfect engineer, and there's no perfect build. Things happen, mistakes happen, and you just got to roll with the punches and fix them. But the biggest thing I want to talk about is owning those mistakes and making sure that you, as the general contractor, take responsibility for the things that are your fault and sometimes things that aren't your fault. I mean, there's a lot of times that the architects or something screws up and it's going to fall on you as the builder because you didn't catch it in enough time. And so that being said, just be humble enough to raise your hand and say, "Hey, I made a mistake. We missed this in the drawings." And the reason I'm coming at you with this is we have a particular project right now where we didn't dig the footing down to the right depth, and the excavator, he missed it and we missed it. And the problem was when we had the surveyor come back to check all of our points, he checked all of our footing points on the perimeter of the house. And it's an interior footing that we missed the elevation by, we were a foot off. We were a foot too high on it. And so now we're about to pour the slab. And as we're going through, we realize that we're a foot high on the slab. And so we got to get creative. We got to figure out different ways to figure this out. And so we sat down as a team, we pulled up the drawings, and we started. Luckily, the mechanical room is right next to it, and so we started furring out walls. But then we turned out that wall that we wanted to fur out and just move, it was a shear wall, and there was two big point loads, big columns that were holding up, flooring of the roof that were coming down right under that footing and that particular wall. And there was no way we could move that wall. So we had to pivot and find something else. So we basically had an arts and crafts time with the drawings, and we printed out a couple drawings and we started drawing all over it and seeing how we could reconfigure this particular room, i.e. the mechanical room, and make it look like a happy mistake, we'll call it, and something that the client wouldn't really necessarily notice or that they wouldn't care about. And we sat down, we came up with 3 solutions. We called the architect and said, "Hey, we spoke with the engineer and we're not able to move this wall this particular way. So this is exactly what we propose that we should do." And was the architect happy? Not really. He was kind of bummed that we missed this, but there's nothing you can do in those moments. And in those moments, we fucked up, and that's the reality of it. So rather than be upset about what happened and how we missed it, let's figure out the solution, because we're here now and it's poured in concrete and there's nothing we can do. There's literally nothing we can do except find the solution, i.e. fix your fuck ups, like my dad said. And so, sorry if I swear on these videos sometimes. I'm just being authentic. I'm just talking the way I talk, and I'm not a huge swearer, but sometimes it comes out, and I hope that doesn't offend you. But if it does, sorry, I'm gonna continue to do it because it's just who I am. So that being said, just be humble enough to admit when you screwed up, and it's something that isn't always easy to swallow, especially when the architect isn't happy with what we did. He voiced his frustrations with us, and it is what it is, and you got to take it on the chin and just make sure that you You're just humble enough to admit it rather than point blame. Well, I mean, yeah, our excavator is the one that screwed it up. He didn't shoot his elevations right. And then we didn't ask this surveyor to shoot the interior footings as well when we got our elevations. So we just assumed all the perimeter ones were right, and then therefore the interior one was right, and it wasn't. And so never assume. And one of the things that we say in our company is, what's the lesson learned? And so immediately the lesson learned is when we get the surveyor out there, check your survey points on every single footing. Check your elevations everywhere. That's our lesson learned right there. Make sure that we cross-reference every part of the concrete and the depth of the excavation before we pour the concrete. So it is what it is, but own up to your mistakes, understand that they happen, recognize them when they occur, and don't be afraid to just do it right away. I mean, we figured this out, and within 20 minutes we came back to the office, started drawing, and within an hour we called the architect and say, hey, we got a problem, we got to do this. We didn't kick the can down the road. We didn't like try and hide it. We didn't just say, oh, we'll just bury it or do something. Like, no, you got to own it, you got to fix it, you got to find the solution, and you got to move on, because that's construction. Things happen, and it's, be humbled by it, but don't be too proud that you can't admit it. Don't, like, we could have easily put all this on the excavator and said it's not our fault. Well, at the end of the day, it's on you. You're the general contractor, and as the general contractor, everything falls on you. You are the gatekeeper to every piece of information, to every detail, to everything that goes on in that job. If someone installs the tile crooked, yes, that's their fault. They installed the tile crooked, but you didn't QC it in enough time when they were installing it to say, hey, that's crooked. Don't, pop that off before it sets, and make sure you do it right before you start grouting, and then, so if you're not QCing those things, and then the client comes in and says, hey, that's wrong, that floor's fucked up, that stair tread's wonky, like, those are the things that, the tile guy did it. Oh yeah, the flooring guy did it. Yeah, but you didn't QC it. So as the GC, it's always going to fall on you. Just recognize that and slow down, take the time, and make sure you keep a mental and a physical log of lessons learned, because on every project, when we bid it, when we start it, when we do it, we go back and we have a little section that says lessons learned, and say, okay, we're starting HVAC today. What are the lessons learned with HVAC? Starting electrical today. What are the lessons learned with electrical? Starting flooring today. What are the lessons learned with flooring? There's always going to be a lesson learned about how you QC things better, and make sure that you're taking logs of that stuff. If you make a mistake, that's okay. If you make the same mistake twice, that's not okay. That's you not learning. That's you not doing your job. So that's my daily rant for today. As always, you can go over to davidwindsor.com to get your free downloadable templates. All I ask in exchange is you like, subscribe, and share this YouTube channel with your friend. And once again, truly, I can't say how thankful I am that there are people out there watching these videos. I'm getting outside my comfort zone, recording these videos. I'm extremely busy right now, and making these videos and coming up with content and ideas and stuff, that's difficult. That takes time. And the fact that people are out there watching it, and hopefully it's helping at least one of you, is what makes it worth it for me, because truly at the end of the day, I just want to help bring up the construction industry as a whole. There's a lot of talented individuals in this industry, a lot of people that I've worked with personally and I know personally, and there's a lot of talent out there and a lot of individuals that know everything about building a house, and they struggle a little bit about the business side of things. And so I just want to make sure that I'm providing some type of content that maybe is new, and things that I can share that we're doing in our company to grow this thing from $0 to $15 million in just 18 months. So I'm extremely humbled that you guys are here out watching it. So I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.